Da União Africana para usar da palavra.
Excellence, Monsieur João Manuel. Cependant, nos dirigeants ont depuis plusieurs décennies pensé et tracé la voie à suivre pour réaliser l'ambition d'une Afrique.
C'est pour moi un insigne honneur de représenter.
The African Union and its member states have supported the federal government of Somalia in its efforts to stabilize the country since 2007. Today, we celebrate the progress Somalia has so far achieved, including steps taken by His Excellency President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud to promote inclusive dialogue and national unity. We salute all partners, including European Union, the United Nations, and the United Kingdom for their generous support towards Somalia and the African Union. However, Al-Shabaab remains a major threat in some parts of the country, conducting attacks aimed at undermining the federal government and the federal member states. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia faces serious funding challenges. The mission requires $15 million per month to function effectively. You will recall that the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia was closed with $96 million in outstanding arrears. The African Union has repeatedly called for full implementation of the UN Council Resolution 2719 to ensure predictable and sustainable financing. It is worth noting that the budget for the UN Support Office in Somalia is expected to face a 25% funding cut. If this mission fails, the interventions so far made by the European Union and the partners will go to waste, and the gains made against Al-Shabaab could be reversed. This has severe negative consequences for maritime security and international trade. Before the African Union intervention in Somalia, the cost of piracy associated with Al-Shabaab was $7 billion. And so supporting the African Union intervention in Somalia is therefore justified because it yields a high return on investment. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the African Union has contributed $20 million under the Crisis Reserve Facility for 2025 to facilitate the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia. And this contribution, however, does not free the UN Security Council from its primary responsibility for maintaining international peace and security. We salute all the partners who have participated or made pledges during the high-level African Union Support and Stabilization Mission financing event held on 25th September 2025 in New York, and the European Union's commitment to supporting the mission. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Uganda reiterates its support for multilateralism. I wish to observe that investing in peace and security in Africa benefits both the continent and the wider international community. Through such investments, we can build stable societies capable of engaging in mutually beneficial trade and investment, as well as create necessary conditions to reduce irregular migration. As you all know, investment in peace benefits all of us. I thank you.
J'aimerais inviter maintenant Monsieur le Premier ministre de Côte d'Ivoire à prendre la parole. Our continent is making progress to be a key player in the different stages of the global value chain. Our role as raw material supplier only will come to an end soon. Therefore, we are calling for a more balanced trade partnerships. I'm pleading for European investments in the transformation process of our minerals on the continent. I'm calling for the lifting of any tariff or non-tariff barrier hampering the access of African products to the European market. I'm finally calling for a stronger and more viable multilateralism based on equality, respect for all nations, and advancing the common vital global interest. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may this Luanda summit enables us to achieve our shared vision for peace, progress, and prosperity for our peoples across the two continents. We can make this journey together for the sake of uplifting our shared humanity over selfishness and narrow-minded protectionism. I thank you.
Can I be close here, boss? If you are done, then you take.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique, located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men, from sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories. We've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
Some issues we're fast solving in this robot. So if you can't really case, you wait for a little bit. Yeah.
Coming up with a project that has context. It's very wonderful that you thought of the hospital and thought of the problems that are being faced in the hospital.
The programming? Wow, amazing.
Thank
And what was the hardest problem your team had to solve, and how did you solve it?
We faced the problem of audio because sometimes you can misplace.
Guys, you have yeah, so could we have the medical robots guys come here? Good luck. Yeah.
Most of us have our technical because he's in charge of coding because like he has coding classes, class this. So he's in charge of building because most of sitting and writing is not his style. His style is using his hands.
It's time for the judges to ask questions. Judges, you have exactly 5 minutes to ask questions, and the team should be able to
ultrasonic sound sensor. The ultrasonic sound sensor is in the front to detect the distance to the object that's in front of it. We put the rules for it to move because not only can the blind see, but they can also walk. So it will detect the distance which is in the code you put it in. Like our
okay, so now zooming in, just moving closer.
don't do the giggling thing.
So I'm allowed to smile but not giggle.
Yes.
Right there. So,
without smiling.
just take a little, one more step.
Back or closer.
All right. All right. Introduce yourself, who you are and what you do. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be much better.
All right. For the record, would you introduce yourself, starting with the lady and then the gentleman?
Okay, repeat everything that I said before. Okay. My name is Tali Amira. I go to the Olive School and I'm in primary 6. I'm really interested in STEAM, but outside of STEAM, I'm interested in stuff like crocheting and swimming.
Okay.
My name is Mackenzie Austin and I go to the Olive School and I'm in primary 6. I love STEAM a lot, but outside STEAM, I like gaming and watching.
All right. So tell me about this whole expedition going to Singapore. Where did it start? What did you take part in, and where is it going to climax? But I'll start with you. Yes.
Okay, so it all started when we came up with this idea, Doc 247. We used to go for many STEAM competitions, showing off our Doc 247, and many people liked it. So later on, we went to the World Robotic Olympiad, Uganda, in which we won overall winners, both in junior and like in secondary, which led us to go to Singapore to go showcase Doc 247, a pure and amazing talent from Uganda.
Okay. So tell me, you've not yet gone to Singapore, have you?
No.
So you're just going to Singapore?
We're going.
All right, that's good. So enlighten me about your project that has qualified you to go to Singapore. What's the project called and what's it about and what solutions does it give?
So the project is called Doc 247. It's a solar-powered AI medical robot doctor that uses biodata, biometrics, symptoms, and a blood sample to diagnose and prescribe medicine to people. And it solves problems like wrong diagnosis and prescription of medicine, doctor population ratio, because in Uganda, one doctor works in an area of 25,000 people, while the World Health Organization recommends that one doctor should work in an area of 1,000 people, which means that doctors in Uganda are overworking. Another problem is unavailability of doctors. In Uganda, we lack enough skilled and trained doctors to work on people, and people are seeking medical attention. So Doc 247 is here to solve that problem. And the last problem is, okay, that's all.
That's all. All right, then I'll just the lady.
Oh God.
What structures both at home and at school have supported you in taking on such co-curricular activities? Because I wouldn't term these as mainstream education, but these are co-curriculars that supplement your education. So what home and school structures, it could be the teachers, the administration, the program, just break it down for us.
Well, let me start with home. At home, my father is an engineer and he's really interested in such STEAM stuff. I also wanted to be an engineer, so I got really interested into STEAM. Now let's go to school. At school, usually like on one day in the week, we have a lesson of STEAM inside our classes, which helps us improve our innovative skills. There's also an innovation hub where you can go share your STEAM ideas, see if we can bring them to life. That's why Doc 247 is now present today.
Okay. As you go to Singapore, what are you hoping what are you hoping to do to make you stand out? Because you're going to find world-class competitions, and so what do you hope to do to make sure that you come bring the prize home?
So first of all, we're going to show our team spirit. We're going to show our confidence. We have to make sure our confidence is so high and that our audibility is good so that the judges may like us. We have to understand how to explain and answer the question that the judges give us so that they can understand that we are the ones who made the project and not only our teachers.
Okay. And a vote of thanks to the World Robotic Olympiad, and yeah, as you go, a vote of thanks.
Me?
Yeah.
Both of us or only me?
Each of you, one
Okay, vote of thanks. So, how do I even do this? Okay, so to the World Robotic Olympiad, we thank you for allowing us to be in Uganda to showcase our project, going to Singapore to also showcase our talent. It really means a lot to us. It allows us to develop our innovative skills and keep faith in what we're doing, showing us that where we're moving has a steady and strong base.
Okay, I would like to thank the World Robotics Olympiad for allowing us to present our project at the Uganda Championship and also allowing us to go to the international events so that we can showcase our skills and improve so we can make our project better and better.
Okay, but you didn't tell me about the school and home structures. Yeah, what has enabled you?
So at home, my parents have been supporting me.
Let's go.
So at school, my family has been supporting me in everything I do. They are motivating me and my team to continue presenting. And at school, our teachers are mentoring us, helping us and guiding us on how we can improve on our ideas and innovations.
You have to do it again because you say that school, my parents are helping you.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Huh?
At home, my family is motivating me and guiding me on what I can do so that I can improve and showcase the world. Me and my team can showcase the world what we have. And at school, our teachers are mentoring us and guiding us on how we can improve on our innovations and projects.
And then a vote of thanks to the World Robotic Olympiad.
From me?
Yeah, from me.
Okay. I would like to thank the World Robotics Olympiad for thanking us to participate in the Uganda Championship and allowing us to go for the international event so that we can showcase our innovations and learn new things so that we can improve on our innovations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One, let's go!
World Robotics Olympiad, we are coming for you and we are coming back as winners! Yeah!
Mom, do you mind introducing yourself and what you do for the record?
Yeah, my name is Anne Kabini Kalubo and I am a baker. I own Marco Cakes and Pastries.
Okay. So enlighten me on, first and foremost, how your child got to enroll on to such a co-curricular activity, and why you think it's important.
Yeah, apparently we came to this school mostly because of the co-curricular activities, and when I got to know about the STEAM class, I got excited on behalf of my son because when we are at home, he really shows me the interest into those things of the technology bit of it. Yes.
Okay. So how did you then support him?
Yes, he told me he wanted to join the class because first and foremost his dream is to become an engineer. So he said when he joins that he'll get more acquainted with the knowledge of technology.
Okay. All right. So what are some maybe steps or things that you have had to do to make sure that he excels at home?
One, there are some programs that are on the internet, and like you know, the world has now become digital. So I've made sure that he has a laptop at home
He has a phone whereby he can be able to get all the kind of information he needs that is associated with his classes of STEAM.
Okay.
Yes.
Then last, how do you ensure safety, internet safety for children? Because much as the internet is advantageous, it also has its limitations. It can also be a dangerous place. So
yes.
How do you ensure safety?
Yes, it is, but there's parental guidance and there is parental control where you put in the limit of the age of where the child can have access to a certain age. Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much. Let's go.
So as of today, we are heading to Singapore. Our little babies are heading to Singapore. I'm so excited. World Robotic Olympiad from Uganda to the world. And we are going to come back as winners.
Here we go! Alright, that's good enough.
School, the winners of the World Robotics Olympiad, Uganda, heading to South Africa, to Singapore. Heading to Singapore? Heading to Singapore for the World Robotics Olympiad Global.
Okay. What's the program going to look like from your departure here and the time you're going to spend there?
From here, we're going to head to Singapore and going to reach on 26th, where we are going to have then on 26th, we are heading to the competitions, and on 27th, that's when we shall also be showcasing in the exhibitions, and then 28th, we want to be crown the winners. That is our dream.
What have you done to make sure that the students are prepared?
We've given them enough time. We've prepared them. We have given them all the necessary knowledge and resources they need to triumph.
Okay. Why do you think programs like this are important for children?
It's because this is the future. We are in the machine age whereby without any lack of machine knowledge, you're going to be obsolete. So it's high time every parent, every educator should be focusing on how to integrate STEAM in their learning in every way.
Okay, so just for last, you said both your names are?
I'm Kanyeste John from the Olive School.
Thank you. Okay, hello, how are you? Would you introduce yourselves?
My name is Dalson Menya Kirunda.
My name is Nevis Camila Vinemberanes.
And we are the representatives for the World Robot Olympiad 2025 in Singapore.
We come from Kampala Diplomatic International School.
All right, so I'll start with you, Menya. Tell me about your experience winning up or the drive up to having to go to Singapore. What did you do that deserves you to go to Singapore?
We worked hard. That's the only thing I can say.
What did you work hard on? Tell me about your project.
Ever since we won the one for 2024, we worked more hard to win the Vedix, to work in the Vedix Robot Championship.
Our robot is called Flu the Femme. It's basically a robot that can help us fertilize and water the crops automatically.
It helps to
fertilize and like irrigate, like
crops.
Yeah, irrigate. Yeah. What is it? Like water the crops and that stuff.
Yeah. Why we created this robot is because farmers used to have a problem of over irrigating or under irrigating there are crops which would cause lack of oxygen to the crops, sometimes turning black, and if the crops don't get enough nutrients, they turn yellow.
All right. So what do you think is unique about your project?
Like, that we made it. All of us with effort, with love, thinking on the problems of the farmers. I think that's unique.
Okay. So question, I really want to know, what are some of the things you think are going to help you stand out in Singapore? Because you're going to be facing international teams with different ideas. So your minds and your ideas are going to be interacting with other people.
Well,
how prepared are you?
We are very prepared. Plus, we think we're going to stand out because our project is like really, how do we say it? It's interesting. Yeah. It can help farmers, as I said. Don't you think it's interesting? Yeah.
All right. So then the last question for both of each of you, right? What are some of the things that both your schools and your parental structures have helped to get you to where you are? Because sometimes not everybody gets the kind of education you're getting, okay? In other words, these are co-curricular activities. These are not part of your mainstream. Yeah, so why are you taking part in co-curricular, first of all?
Because the things that I do. Like, for me, I wanted to be a pilot, so I wanted to start out like building robots and stuff.
All right. Okay.
And my goal is to be a software engineer and all that stuff. And I think doing robots, it can help in the future of the world. Because I can imagine in the future, everything is going to be robots, technology. So that's why I'm getting prepared for that.
Okay. Then I just want to understand, what is your perception of the internet today? Internet and technology today, what's your perception?
For me, technology is helping the world make a better place, because back then when there was no technology, like the world was just basic. But now with the creation of technology, new things like Teslas, like you see Elon Musk, he's the owner of NASA, Tesla, those international companies. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think internet and technology are making the world like easier for all of us. Phones, all this is technology, basically. And it's making everything easier for us.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we wish you well.
Thank you.
And success, right? All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Introduce yourselves for the record. I'll start with you, and then what's your name is and what you do?
My name is Shana Selinge, and I built, me and my team built the robots with the farm.
My name is Kido Sawit, and me and my team built the farm.
Okay. How old are you then?
I'm 12.
13. I mean, 14.
I'm 13. By the way, I'm 13.
What classes are you?
Year 8. Year 8. I'm also in year 8.
You're in?
Year 8.
Year 8.
Yeah.
And you are in?
Year 8.
Year 8. Alright. So please tell me about what made you, how did you come to the point whereby you get to Singapore? What projects are you working on?
We're working on Still the Farm.
Let me start with you. Tell me about your project.
It's a robot that goes on a farm and it tests the soil for what it needs. If it needs water, it will water it. If it needs nutrition, it will add some nutrition, fertilizers.
So what do you think is important about your project?
Our project helps farmers grow healthy crops so that they can sell them and get profit.
So you're going out there to compete with international mines, yeah?
Yes.
What are some of the things you're prepared to do to make sure that you come back with a prize?
We practiced a lot about our speeches and what we're going to say.
We're going to be very competitive and be straightforward and confident in our project.
And what are some of the things at home and at school that have enabled you to become the kind of person you are today, especially in this field?
My parents, our teachers.
What have they done? I want you to be specific. What are some of those things they've done?
Like my parents supported me financially with paying for all of these things. And the teachers, they taught us all the knowledge we have on how to speak and how to build it and everything.
And I am exposed to technology, which allows me to make the connections with the robots and figure out how it works, how to make it.
Okay, then lastly, what are your perceptions about technology? Why do you think technology is good or bad, or what are your perceptions about technology?
I think it's good. It can help us improve society and the way we live.
Technology is very good and important, but it also has bad sides to it, if like technology abuse.
Alright, try to give me longer answers because you seem to be just brief. Give me longer answers on why you really think technology is important and how has it supported our country? What potential does it have to support our country?
It has the potential to boost the economy, help the people in rural areas, people who can't afford school fees, food, or small basic needs. It can help us like build better things for the country and improve so that we can compete with bigger countries like China, Singapore, the US.
Alright, shall I? Again, just repeat whatever you told you said initially.
Okay. Technology is very good and important to the country and to the whole world, but it also has bad sides to it. Like for example, meeting people online and then meeting up with them in real life, and they turn out to be serial killers. Yes, but it's very important.
How do you think the country can make sure that technology is used for good?
Age restrictions, parental control. Yeah.
All right. We wish you the best in Singapore.
Thank you.
All right. 2, 3.
Singapore, we're coming for you, and we're coming for the prize.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Singapore, we're coming for you, and we're coming for the prize. Roar! Please.
All right, thank you. Is he supposed to be here?
guide us through this process for the glory of your name and this nation.
Amen.
Chairman, Village Association of Sugarcane, and Director GM.
Robert Yatugonga, also chairperson for the farmers at Broken Masin.
The council shall be composed of 1, the chairperson, 2, 4 representatives of the sugar out growers, 3 representatives of the sugar millers, permanent secretary, ministry responsible for finance, or his representative, permanent secretary, Minister of Agriculture, and permanent secretary, Minister of Industry and Cooperative, or an officer at the rank of a commissioner. The ministry consulted stakeholders in the sugar industry sector to present nominees for appointment in the council. This included in writing to the associations of the sugar growers and millers. The Honourable Minister presented the list of nominees for vetting and thereafter to Cabinet for approval. Cabinet approved the list of 11 nominees for the chairman and members of the council in its meeting held on 6 October 2025. Following the approval by Cabinet, the Honourable Minister duly appointed the chairman and members of the council. We are here today to inaugurate the first Uganda Sugar Stakeholders Council. The appointed members should take a note that in 2 weeks' time, the ministry will organize an induction to take them through what they are required, their duties, the obligations, and how they should implement requirements, needs affecting the sugar industry. I congratulate the chairman and the members upon your appointment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sally Harriet Narukwago to preside over the administration of oath.
I, Rajbir Singh Rai, swear that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of Council of Sugar Industry Stakeholders, and that I will observe, support, and uphold the Constitution, so help me God. I, Rajbir Singh Rai, swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal any matter to any person which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specially permitted by the President. So help me God.
We congratulate you so much for making it to the council and being the chairperson. Yes. So next, also a member of this new council.
Swear that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Sugar Industry Stakeholders Council, and that I will observe, support, and uphold the Constitution, so help me God. Not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal any matter to any person which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my office duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties, or as may be specially permitted by the President. So help me God.
Shall come to my knowledge in disgrace of my official duties, except as may be required for discharge of my official duties, or as may be specifically permitted by President. So help me God.
Mr. Milan, we congratulate you so much. Thank you for making it to the council.
Council, and that I will observe, support, uphold the Constitution, so help me God. I, Santa Joyce Lekay, swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal any matter to any person which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specially permitted by the President, so help me God.
Ms. Lekay, thank you for making it to the council. Next, we are going to have Mr. Budugo Issa.
Swear that I, Budugo Issa, I swear that I will at all times well and fully serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Sugar Industry Supporters Council, and that I will observe, support, and uphold the Constitution, so help me God.
Times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Council, and that I will observe and support and uphold the Constitution, so help me God. I, Elizabeth Meza, swear that I will not put under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specially permitted by the President. So help me God.
We look forward to your positive contributions to this council.
I, Ashish Baubai Manpara, swear that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office, and that I will observe, support, and uphold the Constitution, so help me God. I, Ashish Manpara, swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal any matter to any person which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specially permitted by the President. So help me God.
Begin to do your work. And we wish you well as you execute the responsibilities of this.
Actively participate in the oversight and regulation of the sugar industry. Of appointing me as chairman of the inaugural Sugar Industry Stakeholders Council. I'm much humbled. The sugar industry plays a pivotal role in the economy of Uganda by all measurable metrics. Whether we look at the hundreds of thousands of outgrower farmers, tens of thousands of people directly employed, tax contributions, or foreign exchange earned through exports, the massive impact of the sugar industry cannot be questioned. The sugar industry should be proud of the fact that we are the only country that has a surplus in terms of sugar production within the whole of East Africa. Significant strides have been made over the last couple of decades to get to this position by all stakeholders in the industry, especially the hundreds of thousands of outgrow farmers that have increased the quantity of cane in the country. I wouldn't want to bring politics into this, but the progress of the sugar industry is most definitely an example of one of the gains that needs to be protected. Going forward, we need to continue to make strides as an industry to improve competitiveness and efficiency and make sure our industry can get to a position where we become competitive not only regionally but internationally. Core among these factors, in my view, is the improvement of yields of sugarcane, the yields of the sugarcane farmers. Sugar is made in the fields of sugarcane and extracted at the factories. You need both. Competitiveness of the industry therefore hinges on being able to support the farmers produce more cane that is of better quality at lower costs. The second critical task at hand is for us to continue to ensure that we are able to develop more export markets for our surplus sugar produced in the country, which I'm sure with the General as our State Minister of Trade, I'm sure we're going to make excellent progress on. And we will continue to explore value addition strategies for all our byproducts. I'm sure that the rest of the Council members will agree with me on this, and I trust we shall make all efforts to achieve these goals, among others, and continue to make sure that our industry makes positive strides forward for the betterment of all our stakeholders and the Ugandan economy at large. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman of the Sugar Stakeholders Council and my colleague, the Minister of State for Industry. First, I want to congratulate the Council. You are the first Council, Sugar Council, so we have much hope in you and we congratulate you. I want to congratulate the Minister for choosing you and appointing you. It was not an easy process, but we want to thank you, Minister, for taking that bold decision to appoint the Council so that the sugar industry can move forward. We did invite the Council to take your oath here in this second oldest building in the country. It was built in 1945. We could have opted to take it somewhere else, but we said let's bring it here because we want you to never forget that the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives is your mother industry. So if the Council fails to run the sector, then the ministry will take back the mandate of the Sugar Council. That's why we said you come here and see where we are in this old building. But we want to thank the stakeholders of the sugar industry for the support and the contribution you have made to our country. I remember the contribution that you made in amending the Sugar Act of 2020, where we have now come up with the Sugar Stakeholders Council. We had put the board in place, but we didn't move forward. We decided to change, and therefore we are happy that you are here. Just on a lighter note, when we were putting up, that's why I congratulated the minister, when we were putting up this council, the farmers came to complain about the nomination of the farmers, and they said, how can Mbeza be a representative of farmers when she has nails? So I hope Mbeza, the nails have been cut, but also you also represent even those without nails. So General Mbadi said you have checked, you have cut the nails. Yeah, so we congratulate you. We thank you for the contribution, because now the sugar industry is contributing. We are producing 700 metric tons of sugar, and out of 700,000 metric tons of sugar, and out of this, 450,000 is being consumed internally, and 250 is being exported. But also the most important value you are adding is the production of industrial sugar, where we're importing a lot of sugar, industrial sugar to produce to be used in different factories. So we congratulate you on that. And as the chair said, you are now employing 20,000 Ugandans directly employed, and over 150,000 indirectly employed. In terms of contribution to the tax, the sugar industry is now contributing 500 billion Uganda shillings to the tax revenue, a big contribution. And we hope that with this efficient measure of having a council in place, probably will be able to contribute 700 billion in the next 5 years.
Tenfold.
So we expect that actually you should also work within the framework, as General said, framework of the tenfold growth. So we expect that you can do 2.5 trillion in the next 5 years in terms of revenue. We are also contributing 5% to our GDP, which is a great contribution. And please remember that we are all now in the mood of protecting against, but also in the framework of the tenfold growth. So whatever you are doing, make sure that we are moving toward the tenfold growth. And as I conclude, I want to thank you, to tell you that on our part as government, we have almost done all our commitments. One, we agreed that we shall amend the Act, 2020 Sugar Act. We amended it, now the Act is in place. We told you and told the Parliament that we shall have regulations. I'm glad to inform you that we laid the regulations to Parliament on Monday. General Mbadi represented us in Parliament, and the regulations are now in place in Parliament. We have been requested to report to Cabinet after every 3 months to show the progress you are making. So we are counting on you that after every 3 months, you should have something that we can also report back to Cabinet. As a minister, I will tell you the number of commitments the ministry made, and we could not take action on them because the law could not allow us because of the absence of the council. Now that the council is in place, we expect that you move rapidly and help us to implement those decisions, take and implement those decisions. So I congratulate you, congratulate the minister, and congratulate His Excellency the President for all the support and guidance he has given us, and now request the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives to address us.
Industrial stakeholders, council, members of the media fraternity, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am grateful to the Almighty God for having guided me through the enormous challenges I have faced during the process of appointing the first National Sugar Stakeholders Council. I have appointed the Council in accordance with Section 3(2) of the Principal Act as amended under Section 4 of the Sugar Amendment Act number 6 of 2025. Among the 18 functions of the Council are outlined in the Act include the following: to review applications for licensing and expansion of the sugar mills, jaggery mills, and plants to process byproducts of sugarcane, and to recommend to the Minister the grant or rejection of the applications. To prepare a sugar industry development master plan for consideration and adoption by the government. 3, to facilitate implementation of an equitable mechanism of pricing of sugarcane and sharing of proceeds from the disposal of byproducts of sugar between farmers and millers. 4, to represent the sugar industry in regional and international fora. To monitor the domestic, regional, and international market with a view to optimism exports and fulfill the national targets for the country. To promote innovation and technology and transfer in the sugar industry. To arbitrate and mediate disputes between the parties in the sugar industry. The Council, therefore, has critical responsibilities in the development of the sugar industry in Uganda, including expansion, services to the farmers, promotion of market access, dissemination of innovative research findings, and dispute resolution. It is vested with enormous powers in the licensing process. You derive delegated responsibilities and powers vested onto you by the farmers and the millers of Uganda. These responsibilities and powers must be exercised judiciously and diligently. Please note the following. For people who wish to consider for membership of the Council, I can only appoint 4 representatives of the to represent the outgrowers and 3 to represent the millers. 2. The tenure of the first Uganda Sugar State Council is only 2 years. After 2 years, others will get the chance to serve. Cabinet, during its meeting held on the 6th of October 2025, directed me to submit quarterly progress reports on how the Council is resolving issues in the sector to enable Cabinet continuously guide on operations of the Council. I'm aware of a number of projects that were halted proceed due to the court order. I instruct you to prioritize assessment of all these affected projects to validate their licenses with crushing capacities equivalent to established estates. I expect the Council to promote competitiveness within the sector and avoid monopolistic tendencies. On this one, currently, we have passed the competition bill and customer protection is to. I now take the honor to declare the Uganda Sugar Industry Stakeholders Council officially inaugurated.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. We now invite the Honorable Ministers together with the Council for a group photo. The Honorable Minister has invited you to take a cup of tea and coffee.
Sorry? French, no.
So how do we get to?
Which is very important. Previously, it was government involved with this private sector group of people who manufacture sugar and who grow sugar. But now, they are going to be able to determine their own destiny and regulate themselves. I will regulate, but they will be the ones suggesting what is good in the industry.
So, what is expected of them?
What is expected of them is to be able themselves to regulate themselves as a private sector, not government imposing on them, because they know the sector and they are the ones who produce sugar. As you might have heard, we changed from government being their regulator. I mean, we regulate, but being there because they know their own problems and they can solve them between themselves. Bagenda kusavinga myaka ebiri naye mbasuubira kwegamba okulaba nti beeyogeramu bokka ne boogera ku bikwata ku sukaali problems eziriwo abalimi mwamwe n'abana ba manufacturing olw'abantu abagula sukaali n'okuexportinga n'okukola kibyonna.
Myezi 3 bajja kuwangayo ripooti. Wadde ogende ku luvannyuma lwa myezi 3 bajja kuwangayo ripooti. Every after 3 months bajja kuwangayo ripooti mu cabinet.
Bajja kumpa ripooti ey'okutwala ku cabinet.
So na tusuubira kanseni era okwadressinga ekizibu kya bbeeyi y'ebikajjo byonna ebizibu bijja kujjira omutubulyeko ku nsonga eyo egenda kusolvingiwa etya?
Kyekyo kyennyini kyengambye. Bajja kwerolereza bokka ku miwendo gya sukaali, bajja kwerolereza kyokka ku bikajjo. Wegamba nti baba balaba ekyona manufacturing kyaweereza ono omulimi w'ebikajjo nti wabawo fair game.
So will this council be able to influence?
Not necessarily, but it will be controlling it on the world market prices and also locally.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
English? Okay. My name is Elizabeth Mbeza. I am from the Kasanda Sugarcane Outgrowers Association. I am glad and very thankful to the Ministry of Trade today that they have inaugurated the Sugar Council. And we are very happy as farmers because for a very long time we have been having issues, particularly with our cane. We have issues that we really want to address to the ministry. So we are hopeful that with the formation of this council, we are going to have a forum as farmers to table whatever issues that have been disturbing us as farmers. And we are very hopeful that through this council, we are going to have solutions and there shall be harmony in the industry.
So what are those challenges?
Some of the challenges we have are with the pricing. We feel that the prices are very low compared to the output of the cane. We have some challenges with transportation. So those are issues that we are going to harmonize since we have millers and we have farmers on the council and the ministry itself. We are very hopeful that these issues shall be handled by the council.
Uganda.
Uganda. Okay. Amanya gange bampita Elizabeth Mbeza nga nze mukyala akiikirira Abaganda abalimi b'e Buganda ku lukiiko luno olwa sukaali. Olwaleero tuli basanyufu nti ministry yavuddeyo ne inaugurating Sugar Council gye tubadde tulindiridde ebbanga. Ffe ng'abalimi tubadde tulina ebizibu bye tuyitamu wansi eyo. So tulina essuubi nti okuyita mu kanso eno wakati w'abalimi ne ba millers ne ministry tugenda kubeera ne solutions ku bizibu ebyo bibadde bitusumbuwa ebbanga eddene. Tubadde n'ebizibu ng'ebyebbeeyi y'ebikajjo nga transport atwala ebikajjo bwe tutwala ebikajjo ku factory batusala 5% ne batugamba eyo trash. So tusuubira nti we tunaatuula ffenna ku mmeeza mu dialogue ebizibu bino bijja kugonjoolwa ne industry ejja kugenda mu maaso.
Yeah. All right, so the question will just come to, first and foremost, the price disparity between growers and millers, yeah? The retail price right now per kilo is about 6,000 shillings, 5.5. And the disparity is coming with how the growers have been priced versus how the price of sugar or the retail price. Where has the disparity been coming in?
Well, there's a very clear formula which is prescribed for the price of sugarcane, right? And it's part of this act that's been amended. And in essence, that formula has a number of aspects to it, which include the price. It's based on the price of sugar. So the price of sugar, and then it takes the amount of sugar in a ton of cane, and then it takes and then multiply by the quantity that you've supplied, times a factor of 50%. What in essence that formula means is every 50 kg bag of sugar, the revenue of that, half of it is going to the farmer, half of it is going to the miller. It's a 50-50 share. That has been amended to progressively be going up after mills invest in some new value addition initiatives. So really, it's a sharing mechanism. It's as it is today. It's a 50-50 share, right? So I think you'll struggle to find another industry that has a sort of structure like that. Now, the debate between what the price should be is normal, right? Anything you sell, anyone can sell anything. Of course you want a better price. We cannot hold it against the farmers of sugarcane to want a better price. However, this is normal, and there is only so much that can happen. If we go to a point where it is too far, we become uncompetitive, which is why I believe there are other ways that we can improve the earnings and the livelihoods of the farmers. That is through two other factors. One, which is improving yields from the same parcel of land. If a farmer is producing, for example, 30% extra cane, that means he's earning 30% more, but not necessarily only from the price, but from the yields themselves. And as we speak now, yields are declining, and I think this is one of the core aspects that need to be worked on to improve both the industry competitiveness as a whole, but also farmer earnings. Yeah.
Chairman, just two quick ones. Beside then too, there is a challenge of, we've just heard from your council, that the issue of the 5% cut on transportation. How are you with those?
Trash reduction. For example, the group that I represent, which includes Kenyara Sugar, Hoima Sugar and Kiradong, we do not do a 5% trash reduction. We have never done it. I know others do it, and I think there's clear guidance that 5% trash reduction needs to go away. I believe that is something that everyone committed to do anyway. So that is, I think, something that if it's not implemented, I think as a council we will look to implement it. I think that there's no real debate over on that issue of trash reduction. Yeah.
So what else do you bring on the table? Do you believe you bring on the table as the chair?
Well, I think there's nothing I would bring on the chair unilaterally, right? This is about a council, and the reason why we have this council is to be able to have the two sides of the stakeholders, which are farmers and millers, sit on the table together and primarily be motivated by what is good for the industry at large. Because what is good for the industry at large is good for all of us. Yeah. So, and I mentioned to you one, which is good for all of us, which is if we improve yields, we improve farmer earnings, we improve output, we improve industry competitiveness. Yeah.
According to your findings, what are the factors leading to the low yields in sugar?
So, there was a study conducted, I think, maybe a year or maybe 2 years ago now, and that study I think it was done by. It was an institute in Makerere, the economic policy. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So that study was undertaken, and the results of that study were that the yields in Bunyoro are actually close to double of what they are in Busoga. Now, why is that? Because there are more organized farming structures and organized support system provided to farmers in Bunyoro that are not currently available in Busoga. So these are the things that we need to work on to see how we can, as I keep saying, improve yields, which improve competitiveness and efficiency in the industry at large. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uganda Free Zones Authority?
Thank
PSFU link to Uganda Free Zones Authority?
Thank you very much for that question. The Free Zones Authority is an integral part of a country's major development process. Free zones, by definition, is that place which you demarcate geographically in a strategic place to create an inland port, a processing area, a business area, a marketplace, a meeting point for buyers and sellers. It's a place where you add value, you create scalable products that can be exported with minimum disturbance, but more importantly, it can be used for processing to an external market. For a long time, Uganda has not had that because we have not had a strategy for that intervention. I'm thankful to the government of Uganda for having created the Free Zones Act and by extension the Free Zones Authority. From where we sit as a country, we stand a very big strategic advantage. Many years ago, if you were landlocked, it was a disadvantage. Today, we call it you are land-linked, and therefore that offers us a fantastic opportunity. We're a small country, but sandwiched by big and potentially very, very lucrative markets. For example, to the west of Uganda, we have a huge country called the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Between Uganda and the DRC, we have an 850-kilometer border, which offers us a fantastic opportunity. The DRC has emerged as the fourth largest African country by population, but has a very high income or exportable base. We are speaking at about over 110 million people. So DRC is just behind Nigeria as number 1, Ethiopia number 2, Egypt number 3, and it comes a strong 4th. So with 850 kilometers of border, it would be very strategic to create some free zones to be able to supply the DRC with exportable goods, commodities, and services. We also know that the DRC is also rich in minerals, rich in timber, rich in natural resources, which can be brought into the export processing zone or free zone or EPZ for that matter, and then transformed in terms of value proposition and then re-exported. If you went to the north, we have a long border stretch of 650, thereabout, 600, 500, 600 kilometers with the South Sudan, which also has emerged as one of the top export areas of Uganda. We have another close to 500 kilometers with Kenya and close to 350 with Tanzania, about 45 kilometers with Rwanda, which are very, very close to Burundi. But further west, you have the countries like Angola to the southwest, and further northwest, you have the Central African Republic and Cameroon, etc. Our view is that Uganda is best placed now to create free zones around those areas and to ensure that we use those zones to process, to export, to add value, but also to create an environment where importers and exporters meet. Again, geographically, Uganda is well placed because we have close to 500 kilometers of border with our southern neighbors, Kenya and Tanzania, by the lake. And therefore, those are closely linked with creating those free zones. We have access to a big airport in Entebbe, and very soon we are going to be opening the Kabarega International Airport. But further to that is that we have 7 other airports which have been elevated to international arrival status. An international arrival status is where you have the Immigration Department and the Uganda Revenue Authority Department, which serve the 7 aerodromes in Arua, in Soroti, in Kasese, in Kabale, in Arua, and Gulu. Gulu has capacity to take on large aeroplanes, almost the size of a Hercules C-130. So we feel strongly that Uganda has capacity to create the free zones, both in terms of infrastructure, in terms of accessibility, in terms of population markets. But obviously, any country that has developed very, very fast has had free zones. And we borrow a very big leaf from the Chinese concept, where China actually had a takeoff exponential projection because of developing free zones. So at PSFU, we are very, very excited that the free zones was finally put in place. We have a standing MOU, and we believe that our over 330 business associations that have close to 3 million businesses will take advantage of this fantastic opportunity that can be created with the free zones. Yeah. Really?
But anyway, just to probe a little further.
Yes.
What would be your call to the private sector in as far as uptake of the free zones is concerned?
I think that the private sector should be at the forefront of ensuring that we have these free zones expedited as soon as possible. Why? They offer very, very, very good opportunities for them to grow their business. At PSFU, we have a saying, business growth is our business. And I call the private sector, the private business entities, the business member organizations to really rally and provide that requisite energy for policy and advocacy to ensure that those zones are created, because at the end of the day, that is where our value proposition will start. In a free zones, you process coffee, process cotton, you process wood products, you store, you have financial services, you have an insurance engagement, you have free or sometimes requisite minimum warehousing facilities. It's a marketplace, it's a meeting point, you have high-speed internet, there's security of persons and property, and obviously, usually around the free zones, you develop another hinterland, so to speak. Huge cities have come out. This famous Guangzhou started as a free zones. Shenzhen, Qishan, Wuhan, all those places grew because of free zones that were established, and before they knew it, they had big conglomerate metropolitans. I believe very strongly that the day we start, the private sector will be the biggest beneficiary, and we call on government to quickly expedite that process to ensure that we have a win-win situation. Yes.
Thank you for that. Just clarification, you kept on saying start, but we've already started. We have some zones. Do you mind taking a second take on that? Because we have
Okay.
some maybe expansive.
Okay.
Yes, expansive multimodal free zones.
Yes,
that,
yes,
you know,
yes,
is
yes,
more
yes,
backward thinking.
yes, yes, yes. So the way free zones authorities work is so that the growth factors and the catalytic factors work around free zones. You have an agricultural hinterland that is able to supply critical raw materials that can be processed, exported, you know, in that free zones. So currently what we have is good, and I call upon the private sector to take advantage of that. But obviously, my view, our view is that we have a much bigger discussion along that. We have a big industrial base now emerging in Hoima as a result of the East African crude oil pipeline. We are building a refinery as a country, but also we want to take advantage of the free zones that have been established there really tap into the opportunities. So you have a big lake, Lake Albert, you have an international airport, you have national parks around the place, you have good business, financial, material, agricultural linkages that need to be integrated to create an ecosystem that will expand. So let's take advantage of the existing free zones and let's push for more expansion in other areas. Yes.
That's it.
Thank you.
se. Kati nobo mubusimba. Muba temwagala buleete bimuli birala.
Buli lwe bujja obumuli obungi kuno bwe buti. Ate guno omutwe gubeera mutono. What?
Thank you for watching Now News by WAM. Raw, real, reliable stories of before that shape now and tomorrow. So in this episode we had a group of 4 stories. The first one was about the Africa Union and EU summit that happened in Luanda, Angola. Africa and Europe renewed calls for deeper economic cooperation as leaders met at the 7th African Union-European Union Summit held from the 24th to the 25th November 2025 in Luanda, Angola. The second story was about robotics and STEM education, where Uganda is pushing toward a knowledge-based economy and is gaining momentum with young learners increasingly embracing science, technology, engineering and mathematics. That is STEM education. And this year a group of talented Ugandan students represented Uganda at the World Robotics Olympiad 2025 in Singapore. And the third story was showcasing how the Uganda's sugar sector or sugar industry is set for renewed oversight and coordination growth following the unveiling of the Sugar Industry Council, aimed also at strengthening production, stabilizing prices and boosting exports. The first story that you're previewing right now is proudly sponsored by the Uganda Free Zones and Export Promotions Authority, showcasing the free zones across the country. Rosebuds, phosphate, textile, invest in Uganda.
Earlier we could have organized for everything before it's locked down there.